Imagine this for a moment. It's early morning and the world is still draped in the soft light of dawn. The air is quiet and for a fleeting second, everything feels suspended in time. But then, a thought interrupts the silence. It's faint at first, like a ripple across a still pond. You almost dismiss it, but something about it holds your attention. What if my life isn't truly mine? The question is simple, yet its weight is immense. It's not about your possessions, your job, or even the people around you. It's not about the external trappings of life. It's about you, your identity, your essence, the person you believe yourself to be. What if that person, the you you've carried with you all these years, wasn't truly yours to begin with? What if the dreams you chase, the fears that haunt you, the beliefs that anchor your decisions, were not born from within you, but were handed to you, shaped by others, molded by the expectations of society, crafted by forces you cannot even see? And if that's true, then the real question isn't just, who am I? The real question is, who would I be without the mask? The dance of the mask and the shadow. Let's talk about the mask, the persona, as Carl Jung called it. From the moment you're born, you're given a role to play. You're someone's child, you're a student, you're a friend, a sibling, an employee, a partner. Each role comes with expectations. Behave this way, speak like this, achieve these things. And so, you begin to construct your mask. At first, it's a tool, a way to navigate the world. It helps you find your place in society. It earns you approval and acceptance. But over time, the mask becomes more than just a tool. It becomes your identity. You wear it so often, so consistently, that you forget it's not your true face. And here's the danger. The more you identify with the mask, the more disconnected you become from your authentic self. But what happens to the parts of you that don't fit the mask? Your anger, your sadness, your creativity, your intuition. The parts of you that are messy, raw, and inconvenient. You bury them. You push them into the shadows. The shadow, a hidden world. Within Jung had a name for these buried parts of ourselves. He called them the shadow. The shadow is everything you reject about yourself. It's the part of you that society deems unacceptable. It's the part of you that doesn't conform. But here's the paradox. The shadow doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It lingers. It shows up in your triggers, the things that make you unreasonably angry or upset. The shadow, a hidden world. Within Jung had a name for these buried parts of ourselves. He called them the shadow. The shadow is everything you reject about yourself. It's the part of you that society deems unacceptable. It's the part of you that doesn't conform. But here's the paradox. The shadow doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It lingers. It shows up in your triggers, the things that make you unreasonably angry or upset. It shows up in your judgments when you criticize others for traits you secretly despise in yourself. It shows up in the patterns you can't seem to break, the relationships, habits, and thoughts that keep repeating like a broken record. But the shadow isn't your enemy. It's a part of you. And until you face it, until you integrate it into your being, you will never be whole. The journey of individuation. This is where Jung's concept of individuation comes in. Individuation is the process of becoming who you truly are. It's not about self-improvement in the conventional sense. It's not about adding more layers to your identity. It's about peeling them away. It's about unlearning everything you've been taught to believe about yourself. It's about confronting the shadow, not as something to fear, but as a treasure trove of untapped potential. Because here's the truth. The parts of yourself you've rejected, the parts you've buried in the shadow, are the very parts that hold the key to your authenticity, your creativity, your passion, your power. Breaking free from conditioning. But why is this journey so difficult? Because from the moment you're born, you're conditioned. Conditioned to fit in, conditioned to seek approval, conditioned to believe that your worth is tied to your achievements, your status, your possessions. This conditioning is subtle. It's insidious. It's the voice that says, don't rock the boat. Don't be too much. Don't be too different. And so you conform. You trade your authenticity for acceptance. But at what cost? The cost of losing yourself. Think about it. How often do you feel a quiet unease, a sense that something is missing? You go through the motions. You achieve the milestones. You tick the boxes. But deep down, there's a whisper. A whisper that says, this isn't it. This isn't who I am. That whisper is your authentic self. It's the part of you that's been buried under layers of conditioning. And it's waiting for you to stop running, waiting for you to turn inward, waiting for you to rediscover who you truly are. The courage to look within. But make no mistake, this journey isn't easy. It requires courage. The courage to face the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. The courage to question everything you've been taught to believe. The courage to let go of the mask and step into the unknown. But here's the reward. When you embrace your shadow, when you reclaim the parts of yourself you've denied, you unlock a power you didn't know you had. The power to live authentically. The power to create a life that feels deeply, undeniably yours. So, I'll ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready to stop performing and start living? Are you ready to break free from the illusions that have shaped you? Are you ready to step into the fullness of who you are? Because the self you've been seeking has been within you all along. What lies beyond the mask? Let's go deeper. Because if you're still with me, you've already begun to sense it. That faint pulse, that quiet truth beneath the surface. The mask, no matter how beautiful or successful it appears, is hollow. It cannot nourish you, it cannot sustain you, and it cannot set you free. So what lies beyond it? Here's the secret most people never discover. What lies beyond the mask is not perfection. It's not a shiny, polished version of yourself. It's something raw, something real, something alive. It's the part of you that's wild and untamed. The part of you that doesn't care about approval or applause. The part of you that simply is. This is your essence, your true self. But finding it requires a journey into the unknown. Of the call to adventure. In every great myth, there's a moment when the hero hears the call to adventure. Think of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, standing at the edge of the Shire. Think of Neo in The Matrix, faced with the choice between the red pill and the blue pill. Think of Luke Skywalker, staring into the twin suns of Tatooine, yearning for something greater. This moment is universal. It's the moment you realize that the life you've been living is too small for the soul you carry. But answering the call isn't easy, because to embark on this journey, you must leave the familiar behind. You must leave the safety of the mask. The fear of letting go. Why do so many people resist this journey? Because the mask, as suffocating as it may be, is safe. It gives you a role to play, a script to follow. It spares you the discomfort of uncertainty. But the cost of this safety is immense. It's the cost of your authenticity, the cost of your creativity, the cost of your joy. And so, the question becomes, are you willing to let go of the mask, even if it means stepping into the unknown? Of the labyrinth of the self. Imagine yourself walking into a labyrinth. The air is thick with silence. The walls are high, and the path is winding. This labyrinth is your inner world. As you move deeper, you begin to encounter things you'd rather not see, memories you've buried, emotions you've avoided, truths you've denied. This is the shadow, waiting for you in the depths. At first, it's terrifying, because facing the shadow means facing yourself. But here's the paradox. The parts of yourself you fear the most are the parts that hold the most power. When you confront your anger, you find your strength. When you face your sadness, you find your compassion. When you embrace your flaws, you find your humanity. This is the gift of the shadow. It doesn't just reveal who you are, it reveals who you can be. Integration, the path to wholeness. Carl Jung believed that true growth comes not from perfection, but from integration. Integration means accepting every part of yourself, light and dark, good and bad, beautiful and broken. It means understanding that you are not just your successes or your failures. You're not just your strengths or your weaknesses. You are all of it. And when you embrace this truth, something incredible happens. You stop fighting yourself. You stop trying to be someone you're not. And you start living from a place of authenticity. The wisdom of the ancients. This idea isn't new. The journey to the self has been at the heart of human wisdom for centuries. The ancient Greeks carved the words, "Know thyself," into the temple of Apollo at Delphi. The Buddha taught that liberation comes from seeing through the illusions of the self. The poet Rumi wrote, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" These teachings echo across time because they point to the same truth. The answers you seek are not out there. They're within you. The challenge of modern life. But here's the problem. We live in a world that pulls us away from ourselves. Social media tells us who we should be. Advertising tells us what we should want. Culture tells us how we should live. Everywhere we turn, there are voices, loud, relentless voices, telling us to conform, to consume, to compete. Is it any wonder that so many people feel lost, disconnected, overwhelmed, empty? But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You don't need to be more. You don't need to do more. You just need to be. The power of presence. When was the last time you truly sat with yourself? Not with your phone, not with your to-do list, just you. Most of us avoid this because silence can be uncomfortable. But in that silence, something magical happens. You begin to hear the whispers of your soul. You begin to feel the pulse of your true self. And you realize that beneath all the noise, beneath all the conditioning, there is a stillness that is whole, a stillness that is you. Now the final question. So, here we are. You've come this far. You've walked with me through the labyrinth of the self. You've glimpsed the shadow and felt the weight of the mask. And now, there's only one question left to ask. What will you do? Will you return to the safety of the mask? The comfort of the known? Or will you take the first step toward your authentic self? Because here's the truth. The journey isn't easy, but it's worth it. And the life that awaits you, the life that is truly yours, is more beautiful, more meaningful, and more alive than anything you can imagine. The courage to choose yourself. Choosing yourself is not an act of selfishness. It's not about ignoring the world or turning your back on others. It's about finally stepping into your own light. Think about it. For how long have you allowed the expectations of others to dictate your path? How many times have you silenced your own voice to make others comfortable? How often have you sacrificed your own dreams just to fit in? There comes a moment when you realize no one else can live your life for you. You have one life, one chance to fully express the essence of who you are. And yet, so many of us hesitate. Why? Because choosing yourself often means disappointing others. It means saying no to the roles you've been assigned. It means stepping away from the comfort of the familiar. And it means risking judgment, misunderstanding, even rejection. But let me tell you something. The pain of losing yourself is far greater than the pain of being misunderstood. The world doesn't need another person who conforms. The world needs you, the real you. The inner revolution. To choose yourself is to ignite a revolution within. It's not a loud, fiery rebellion. It's quiet, subtle, profound. It begins with a single question. What do I truly want? Not what you've been told to want, not what others expect of you, but what your soul yearns for. For some, the answer might come quickly, a vivid vision, a long-buried dream. For others, it's more elusive, a faint feeling, a quiet longing, a sense of something missing. Either way, the answer is there, waiting to be uncovered. But here's the catch. To find it, you must be willing to let go of everything you think you know about yourself. You must question your beliefs, your values, even your identity. You must peel back the layers of conditioning, one by one, until you reach the core. And when you do, you'll discover something incredible. You are not broken. You are not incomplete. You are whole. You always have been. The power of vulnerability. Here's another truth that few dare to face. Authenticity requires vulnerability. To live as your true self means exposing yourself, your hopes, your fears, your imperfections. It means standing in the world without the armor of the mask. It means saying, "This is me. Take me as I am." And yes, it's terrifying, because vulnerability opens the door to pain. You might be judged, you might be rejected, you might fail. But here's the paradox. Vulnerability is also the source of your greatest strength. It's in your moments of honesty that you connect most deeply with others. It's in your willingness to be seen that you inspire others to do the same. And it's in your courage to face the world as you are that you discover the freedom you've been searching for. The collective illusion. Let's zoom out for a moment. Why is it so hard to live authentically? Because we live in a collective illusion. We're told that happiness comes from external achievements, a successful career, a perfect relationship, a big house. We're told that our worth is tied to how we look, what we own, and what we achieve. And so we chase these things, believing that they'll fill the void within us. But here's the truth. Happiness doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. No amount of success can replace the peace of knowing who you are. No relationship can fill the emptiness of being disconnected from yourself. No achievement can give you the freedom that comes from living authentically. The world has sold us a lie, and it's time to wake up. reclaiming your inner child. Think back to when you were a child, before the world told you who to be, before you learned to wear the mask, before you forgot the magic of simply being alive. As children, we are unapologetically ourselves. We laugh when we're happy. We cry when we're sad. We dream without limits. But somewhere along the way, we lose this innocence. We're told to be quiet, to fit in, to grow up. We're told that our dreams are unrealistic, our feelings are inconvenient, our true selves are not enough. And so we bury our inner child. But here's the thing. That child is still within you. It's the part of you that longs to play, to create, to explore. It's the part of you that knows what it means to live fully. Reconnecting with your inner child is not about regressing, it's about reclaiming. It's about rediscovering the joy, the curiosity, the wonder that was always yours. The ripple effect of authenticity. When you choose to live authentically, something extraordinary happens. You give others permission to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon. Your vulnerability becomes an invitation. Your authenticity becomes a revolution. Because the truth is, we are all connected. When you heal yourself, you heal the world. When you find yourself, you inspire others to embark on their own journeys. When you live as your true self, you create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see. This is the power of authenticity. It's not just about you, it's about all of us. The path forward. So, where do you go from here? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to figure it all out at once. All you need to do is take the first step. Maybe it's journaling about what truly matters to you. Maybe it's having an honest conversation with someone you trust. Maybe it's simply sitting in silence and listening to the whispers of your soul. Whatever it is, trust the process. Because the journey to yourself is not a straight line. It's a winding path, full of twists and turns, setbacks and breakthroughs. But every step you take brings you closer to the life that is truly yours. The final truth. Let me leave you with this. You are not here to play a role. You are not here to wear a mask. You are not here to be someone else. You are here to be you, fully, unapologetically, beautifully you. And the world needs you, your light, your truth, your unique brilliance. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. The journey to yourself begins now. Step into your light. Break free from the mask and rediscover the incredible soul that has been waiting for you all along. You are ready. You always have been. The infinite layers of self-discovery. Here's something most people don't realize. Finding yourself isn't a destination. It's not a finish line you cross with a grand revelation, followed by eternal clarity and peace. It's a journey, an infinite unfolding. Every time you think you've reached the essence of who you are, life presents you with new challenges, new perspectives, and new depths to explore. Because the self isn't static, it's dynamic, it's alive. You are not a puzzle to be solved, you are a mystery to be experienced. The person you were 5 years ago, 5 months ago, or even 5 minutes ago isn't the same as the person you are right now. And that's the beauty of it. You're constantly evolving, constantly becoming. But here's the catch. To truly embrace this evolution, you must be willing to let go of the old versions of yourself. The comfortable labels, the familiar stories, the identity you've spent years building. This can be terrifying, because if you're not who you thought you were, then who are you? But this is where the magic happens. When you let go of who you think you're supposed to be, you create space to discover who you truly are. The courage to let go. Letting go isn't easy. It means releasing the beliefs, relationships, and habits that no longer serve you. It means walking away from situations where you feel small, unseen, or unfulfilled. It means trusting that what lies ahead is greater than what you're leaving behind. And yes, it's scary, but ask yourself this: what's the alternative? To stay stuck in a life that doesn't feel like yours? To cling to an identity that no longer fits? To spend your days wondering, what if? Letting go isn't just an act of surrender, it's an act of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, trust that life is guiding you towards something greater. Because here's the truth: every ending is a beginning in disguise. The role of fear. Fear will try to stop you. It will whisper in your ear, telling you to stay safe, to stick with what you know. It will remind you of all the times you failed, all the ways you've been hurt, all the reasons why it's easier to stay where you are. But fear isn't the enemy. Fear is a sign that you're stepping into the unknown. It's a signal that you're growing, expanding, transforming. The key is not to fight your fear, but to dance with it. Acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to protect you, but don't let it make your decisions, because beyond your fear lies your freedom. The wisdom of the shadow. Let's talk about the shadow again. Those parts of yourself you've hidden away, the ones you're afraid to face. The shadow isn't just a repository of your pain or your flaws. It's also a treasure chest. Within your shadow lies your creativity, your intuition, your passion, the very parts of you that make you unique, alive, and powerful. But to access these gifts, you must be willing to confront the parts of yourself you've been avoiding, the anger you suppress, the sadness you ignore, the fears you pretend don't exist. Facing the shadow isn't easy. It requires radical honesty. It means sitting with your discomfort, your pain, your imperfection, without judgment. But when you do, something incredible happens. You begin to integrate, to heal, to become whole. Because the shadow isn't separate from you. It is you. And embracing it is the key to living authentically. The mirror of relationships. Here's another truth. We don't discover ourselves in isolation. Relationships are one of the most powerful mirrors for self-discovery. Every interaction, every connection, every conflict reveals something about you. Your triggers? They show you where you have unresolved wounds. Your judgments? They reflect the parts of yourself you've disowned. Your attractions? They point to the qualities you long to cultivate within. But here's the thing. Relationships are also where we're most tempted to wear the mask, to play the role of the perfect partner, the good friend, the successful colleague, to seek approval, validation, or love by being someone we're not. The challenge and the gift of relationships is learning to show up as your true self, even when it's messy, even when it's vulnerable, even when it means risking rejection. Because when you do, you create space for real connection, not a connection between masks, but between souls. The art of living authentically. Living authentically isn't about being the same person in every situation. It's about being true to yourself in every situation. It's about honoring your needs, your values, your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about expressing your truth, even when your voice shakes. It's about choosing integrity over approval, freedom over familiarity, and love over fear. And it's not something you achieve overnight. It's a practice, a commitment, a way of being. You'll make mistakes. You'll fall back into old patterns. But every time you choose authenticity, you strengthen the connection to your true self. the infinite potential within. Here's the final, profound truth. You are infinite. Your potential is limitless. Your capacity for growth, for love, for creativity has no bounds. The only limits are the ones you place on yourself, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and who you're allowed to be. But the moment you challenge those stories, you open the door to infinite possibility. You're not defined by your past. You're not limited by your circumstances. You're not bound by the expectations of others. You are the author of your own life, and the pen is in your hands. The journey continues. So here we are, at the end of this moment, and the beginning of a new one. The journey to yourself doesn't end here. It continues, unfolding with every breath, every choice, every step. But know this, you are not alone. Every soul on this planet is walking their own path, facing their own shadows, searching for their own truth. And together, we are creating a world where authenticity, connection, and love can thrive. So take the next step. Face the shadow. Embrace the unknown. Choose yourself, because you are worth it. And the world is waiting for the gift of your true self. Step into your light. The journey is yours. The sacred dance of becoming. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You are standing on the edge of a vast and uncharted forest. The trees are ancient, their roots tangled with the stories of generations long past. The air hums with possibility. The path ahead is unclear, but it calls to you nonetheless. This forest is your soul. Every tree, every shadow, every clearing represents a piece of you, some familiar, some forgotten, and some you have yet to meet. And the journey through this forest? That's your life. Each step you take is a step into the unknown. Each twist and turn reveals a new truth, a new challenge, a new part of yourself. But here's the paradox. While this journey feels deeply personal, it's also universal. Every human being, no matter their background, their culture, or their beliefs, is walking their own forest path. Some wander aimlessly, lost in the thicket of expectations and fears. Others march forward with purpose, guided by the light of self-discovery. And some, perhaps the rarest of all, pause to marvel at the beauty of it all, because the journey itself is the destination. The illusion of finality. We live in a world obsessed with goals, achievements, and outcomes. We're taught to believe that happiness lies in the next promotion, the next relationship, the next big breakthrough. We chase these milestones, hoping that once we reach them, we'll finally feel complete. But here's the truth. There is no final destination. Even when you achieve your dreams, even when you find moments of profound joy and fulfillment, life keeps moving. The forest keeps growing. This isn't a curse, it's a gift, because it means there is always more to discover, more to experience, more to become. It means you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You simply have to keep going. The power of presence. In our rush to reach the next thing, we often overlook the magic of the present moment. We forget that life isn't happening in some distant future. It's happening right here, right now. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. That breath, that's life. The sound of the wind, the warmth of the sun, the beating of your heart. These are the gifts of the present. When you anchor yourself in the now, something incredible happens. The noise of the world begins to fade. The pressure to be someone, to achieve something, to prove yourself, dissolves. And in its place, you find peace, clarity, gratitude. You realize that you don't have to do anything or be anyone to deserve love and joy. You are enough, just as you are. The art of self-compassion. On this journey of self-discovery, there will be times when you stumble. You'll make mistakes. You'll hurt others. You'll hurt yourself. And when that happens, the voice of self-criticism will likely appear. It will tell you that you failed, that you're not good enough, that you'll never get it right. But here's the truth. Growth isn't linear. It's messy. It's imperfect. It's human. The question isn't whether you'll fall, it's whether you'll get back up. And to do that, you need self-compassion. Self-compassion isn't about making excuses or avoiding responsibility. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness that you would offer to a dear friend. It's about recognizing that you're doing the best you can with the tools you have, and that's enough. When you practice self-compassion, you create a safe space within yourself, a space where you can heal, learn, and grow. The call to courage. Every great journey begins with a choice. The choice to step into the unknown, to face your fears, to embrace the fullness of who you are. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to move forward despite it. It's the moment you say, I'm scared, but I'm going to try anyway. Courage looks different for everyone. For some, it's speaking their truth, even when their voice shakes. For others, it's walking away from a situation that no longer serves them. And for many, it's simply waking up each day and choosing to keep going. Whatever courage looks like for you, know this: it's enough. Your bravery, no matter how small it seems, is a testament to your strength. The legacy of authenticity. Think about this. Long after you're gone, what will people remember about you? It won't be the awards you won or the possessions you owned. It will be the way you made them feel. Your authenticity, your kindness, your courage. These are the legacies that endure. When you live authentically, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple effect of honesty, vulnerability, and connection. And in doing so, you contribute to something far greater than yourself. The eternal mystery. Even as we explore the depths of the self, there will always be questions we can't answer. What is the soul? Why are we here? What lies beyond this life? These mysteries are part of the human experience. They remind us that we are part of something vast, something infinite. But perhaps the answers aren't as important as the questions themselves, because it's in the asking, in the seeking, that we find meaning. So keep asking, keep seeking, keep walking your path, because the journey is endless and the possibilities are infinite. Take a moment to let this sink in. Feel the weight of your existence, the beauty of your imperfection, the boundless potential of your becoming. You are not a static being. You are a dynamic, evolving force, a story still being written. So step forward with courage, with curiosity, with love. The forest of your soul awaits, and the journey is yours to take. The universe within you. Pause for a moment and consider this. Inside you exists an entire universe. Your thoughts are the stars, scattered across the vast expanse of your consciousness. Your emotions are the tides, rising and falling, pulled by unseen forces. And your soul? Your soul is the cosmos itself, endless, mysterious, and filled with potential. This inner universe is as vast and wondrous as the one above us. But how often do we take the time to explore it? We marvel at the beauty of the night sky, at the grandeur of galaxies millions of light years away. Yet, within you, there's a beauty just as profound. a complexity just as awe-inspiring. To journey inward is to embark on the greatest adventure of all. The map is not the territory. As you begin to explore your inner universe, you'll notice something curious. The stories you've been told about who you are, the labels, the identities, the roles, they don't fully capture the essence of you. They're like maps, useful, yes, but incomplete. A map can show you the shape of a coastline or the layout of a city, but it can't capture the smell of the sea or the hum of life in the streets. In the same way, the labels you carry, student, parent, artist, leader, can't capture the depth of your being. You are more than your titles, more than your achievements, more than your mistakes. You are a living, breathing, ever-changing mystery. The dance of light and shadow. As you delve deeper into your inner universe, you'll encounter both light and shadow. The light is easy to embrace. It's your joy, your love, your strengths, your triumphs. But the shadow, that's where most of us hesitate. Your shadow holds the parts of yourself you've hidden away. Your fears, your anger, your regrets. But here's the paradox. The shadow isn't your enemy. In fact, it's a vital part of who you are. Within the shadow lies your untapped potential, the qualities you've rejected out of fear or shame, the raw, unpolished aspects of your humanity that, when integrated, make you whole. Jung understood this profoundly. He knew that to grow, you must face the shadow, not to destroy it, but to understand it. Because when you shine a light on your shadow, it ceases to control you. It becomes a source of power, of authenticity, of freedom. In this journey inward, you'll also encounter archetypes, universal patterns of human behavior that live within all of us. These archetypes are like characters in the grand play of your life. There's the hero, who strives to overcome challenges and achieve greatness. The caregiver, who nurtures and protects. The rebel, who questions authority and fights for change. The sage, who seeks wisdom and understanding. Each of these archetypes has something to teach you. The hero reminds you of your strength. The caregiver shows you the power of compassion. The rebel urges you to stand up for what you believe in. The sage invites you to seek deeper truths. But here's the key. No single archetype defines you. You're not just the hero or the rebel or the sage. You are all of them and more. You are the playwright, the actor, and the audience all at once. The courage to let go. As you continue your journey, you may realize something surprising. Much of your suffering comes not from what's happening around you, but from your attachment to how you think things should be. We cling to ideas, relationships, and identities because they make us feel safe. But growth often requires letting go of the need for approval, letting go of the fear of failure, letting go of the stories that no longer serve you. This isn't easy. It can feel like stepping off a cliff, not knowing if you'll land safely. But in letting go, you create space. Space for new possibilities, new experiences, new ways of being. And in that space, you find freedom. In the wisdom of the unknown. One of the greatest challenges and greatest gifts of life is its uncertainty. We crave certainty because it gives us a sense of control. But the truth is, life is inherently unpredictable. The future is a blank canvas. This can be terrifying, yes, but it's also liberating. Because it means you're not bound by the past. You're not confined to the person you've always been. You can change. You can grow. You can reinvent yourself again and again. The unknown isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's the source of your greatest potential, the connection to all things. As you journey inward, you'll also discover something extraordinary. Your inner universe is deeply connected to the outer universe. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of stars. The rhythm of your heartbeat echoes the rhythm of the tides. The love you feel for others reflects the interconnectedness of all life. You're not separate from the world around you. You are a part of it. This realization brings a profound sense of belonging. You are not alone. You are never alone. The infinite journey. And so, we return to where we began, the forest of your soul. But now, the forest feels different. It's no longer a place of fear or uncertainty. It's a place of wonder, because you've come to understand that the journey isn't about reaching some final destination. It's about the path itself, the discoveries you make, the person you become. There will be moments of joy and moments of sorrow, moments of clarity and moments of doubt, but through it all, there will be growth. So take the next step, and then the next. And remember, the journey never ends, because you are infinite, you are becoming, and the story of you is only just beginning. A closing thought, the journey ahead. And so, here we are, standing at the edge of this journey we've shared together. If you've made it this far, it means you've taken the time to truly reflect, to ask questions that many shy away from, to explore the vast and intricate depths of who you are. That, in itself, is a remarkable act of courage. You've begun to peel back the layers, to glimpse the infinite potential within you. You've started to see that the answers you seek, the peace, the purpose, the connection, aren't out there in the world. They've been within you all along. But this is just the beginning. The journey of self-discovery isn't a single chapter. It's a lifelong story. A story filled with growth, transformation, and the ever-deepening understanding of what it means to be alive. So, as you move forward, I want to leave you with this thought. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with your process. Growth is not a race. It's a rhythm. There will be days when the path is clear, and days when it feels like you're lost in the forest. But remember, even when it feels like you've lost your way, the journey itself is the destination. Now, before you go, I have a favor to ask. This platform is more than just a space for sharing thoughts. It's a space for connection, for community, and for growth. If this resonated with you, if it sparked a thought, a feeling, or even a question, I would love to hear from you. Your feedback, your reflections, and your ideas mean the world to me. So please, take a moment to leave a comment, share your thoughts. Tell me what spoke to you, or even what didn't. Your voice is essential. It helps me create content that truly matters to you, and it deepens this shared experience we're building together. And if you found value in this journey, consider subscribing. Together, we can continue to explore life's greatest questions, uncover new perspectives, and grow in ways we never imagined possible. A final gift for you. Before we part, let me leave you with something simple yet powerful. You are enough. Not because of what you've achieved, or how others see you, or the roles you play. You are enough simply because you are. In a world that often demands so much of us, remember to pause, to breathe, to honor the incredible, complex, beautiful being that you are. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Here's to growth, to connection, and to the infinite possibilities within you. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of the world around you. I'll see you in the comments.